happen for myself and my family. There's no way that this is real, man, it can't be.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Modify Your Life podcast, where I'm your host, Anthony Lopez, also known as Heavy to Modified. And here on Modify Your Life, we talk about modify your life mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, and spiritually with my co-hostess with the mostest. If
Frankie
you've been... Frankie from the block, Mrs. Surgery in March. Hey, we'll talk about that later. Okay. But if you've been following us in our series of goals, super simple series of goals. Mm-hmm. First podcast, if you haven't listened, is going to be titled. What is it? Go ahead, Frankie.
Why you haven't completed your goals.
If you haven't listened, go check that bad boy out. It's only 30-something minutes.
Second one, I almost got caught slipping and crying. Let it go.
That's right there, right? Mm-hmm. Because we're working on things of why we haven't achieved our goals and what we're going to do to become better. In this podcast, we are going to go over what kind of goal setter are you? Mm-hmm. I literally just did a complete podcast, a group Zoom call with my clients about this.
And you do this at the end of every year, right?
I do this at the end of every year, but I do that. 100%. Yeah, I do. Actually, this year I'm doing a little bit different. And I'll explain that at the end of this, of why I'm doing this a little bit different and why you should do a little different and what I've learned. Because at the end of the day, life is trial and error.
You just keep adding to it every year.
You realize if you are on a path to becoming better, you should always self-reflect your day, your week, and your year, or your month and your year, and see what you did, what you're proud of, what you didn't do, and what you need to get better. And then you reflect on it, and then you grow from it. So if I'm like, hey, last month we argued a lot. Why did we argue a lot? How was I doing, or what was I feeling that was different next Wednesday?
How did I contribute to this?
Yeah. Was it Francine being crazy? Or was it me? Or was it us? Or were we just not seeing eye to eye? And if you do that, then you're going to become better because you don't know what a problem is until you realize it's a problem.
Solving. Yeah.
That's what life is problem solving, right? And I realized that instead of me trying to fight the world, I just want to accept what is and fix what I can. Mm-hmm. That's what I want to do, right? And so as we get into what kind of goal set are you, there's 3 phases that I realize in starting to become a goal setter. Now,
I'm going to write this down because you're going to school me on this. So go ahead.
Awesome. Right, I'm glad that you're writing it down too. Right, I love that. Join my coaching program, starting at $129.99.
Starting
for cookie cutter. If you want one-on-one coaching, it's a little bit more, about the cost of a Starbucks drink a day. Anyways, so what kind of goal setter are you? Right, is going to be the question. Now, how I'm going to start this is that don't lie to yourself. It is okay to be in what we're going to say goal setter A, goal setter B, and goal setter C. It is okay to be wherever you're at because you could always go from A, B, and C, but you don't ever want to go backwards. And I'm explaining a little bit more now. Hear me out, right? So it depends on where you're at in life. Now, there are some people that out there that have set goals and created goals for themselves and never achieved them, so they just don't even do goals anymore, right? And that right there is going to just, you don't want to go with the flow, just kind of just don't even, their self-worth is so low, they don't even try, right? And that is okay to be there because me and Modified Frankie both have started there. We both have been there before.
Serio.
Right? So that's going to be goal setter A. All right. So what goal setter A is going to do, and they all do this, but we add on to it. Okay. So goal setter A is going to be our first phase of a goal setter. All right. And you're figuring out who you are. If you're someone that has not created a goal for 2024, you're automatically goal setter A. All right. If you're someone that set goals and 2-3 weeks later gave up, you're goal setter A. If you're someone that completely forgot about your goals, you're goal setter A. And what goal setter A is going to do is the same as A, B, and C, but there's just going to be a little less of a task, but we're going to stay focused on it this year, right? Is it this? What I want you to do is I want you to write down 3 things that you want to accomplish this year. And it doesn't only have to be weight loss. It could be anything that you want to accomplish in life.
I think because it all works together.
I'm going to break that down at the end of it.
Okay.
So make sure you listen to this one. I'm doing my best to make this about a 20-minute podcast. Because it's this one's gonna be a little bit more. It's more of like a homework class than it is like a podcast, I feel. Mm-hmm. But this is gonna help you out if you really care, right? So what you're gonna do is you're going to write down 3 things that you want to accomplish this year, right? And you're gonna write down the main thing that you want to accomplish this year, right? And I want you to do this right now, Frankie. Do write down 3 of them. Listen to me and do it because I'm gonna use you as an example right now.
Okay.
Right. So what you're going to do is you're going to write down 3 things you want to accomplish this year, right? And then under that, I want you to write 3 things that you need to do in order to achieve that goal.
Okay.
Right? So I want to lose weight. I need to track my food in deficit. I need to go to the gym X amount of times a week. I need to stay consistent in my eating, blah, 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 whatever it is, right? Whatever you feel like writing. Like I said, it only doesn't have to be weight loss related, right? And that's goal setter A. That's all you're going to do right there. You're going to put that in somewhere that you're going to see it all the time. Now, this is going to be for goal setter A, B, and C. They're all the same with this too. Write your goals down where you could see them. What we do is we write our goals down in our notes, in our phone, and whatever it is, a piece of paper, and you never look at it again, right? So how in the world, if you don't see something daily, are you going to get better at it? Because some of you don't write a goal to become good at gaming, but you got good at gaming last year because you played that at an Xbox damn near 2 hours a day for, 3, 4, or 5 times a week. But you don't look at your goals 3, 4 times a week. You're not making sure that you're going to your goals 3 or 4 times a week, right? So write it somewhere where you're going to see it. Or even just thinking off the top of my head, this is going to be new for my clients out here that listen to my podcast, send it to someone that also wants you to get better and also is looking to get better. And if you don't have someone to send it to, DM to me, right? Because you're listening to my podcast. DM it to me. I'll screenshot that shit. I'll be that person you want. Maybe I'll make a group message. I don't know. If I get enough of them, maybe I'll put you guys on a group message, like your 2025 winners, all talk with each other. I don't know. I'll do what I need to do to help you out, right? But at the end of the day, you need to do that, and you need to put it where you want to see, where you need to see it. This needs to be something that is visible, or I guess we can even say almost tangible every single day. Like for me, one of my goals that's not on my goal board, but is a big goal of mine, is to make $1 million. What is it? I walk past it every single day. The sign that says "Never give up." I have all mine of Frankie's 5Ks. I have my growth. First speaking event I've ever did, and I have $1 million check signed to myself. I see that every single day. I leave it, I touch it, I go, and I touch it, and I leave the house. Every single time I leave the house, that's what I do.
And
then
not a pipe dream.
Walking down the stairs, I have a Lamborghini, big ass freaking 6x6 painting of a Lamborghini. It says it all started with a dream. Now, those are my materialistic goals, but those are things I see every single day. Now, on my office, I have my goals that I need to do daily, and I'll get into that now. But remember, goal setter A is going to be someone that is new into goal setting, that never really sticks to your goals, that didn't have goals for 2024. You're goal setter A. That's all you need to focus on. Those three, that thing, and I'll tell you at the end of how you're going to stay consistent on it, right? Because it's going to work for everybody, right? Goal setter B, right? Goal setter B is someone that has completed some goals over the last couple of years. Hasn't been 100% on it, but someone that knows what it is to create a goal, what it is to finish a goal, what it is to succeed in sticking to our goals, right? So this person right here is going to be, I guess we could say, a little bit more advanced.
Okay, than the first.
Than the first one. So what you're going to do with this one is that you're not only going to write your goals, you're going to write your goals and when you're going to achieve them. Now, I still would stay into the 3 to 5 range of completing, because remember, at the end of this podcast, I'm going to share why you're going to be able to stick to your goals this time. If you stick to this, right? This one, you're going to write down your goals, and you don't have to do this one down unless you're just taking notes. But this one is more of just, because they're all going to be the same at the end of it, right? But this one is more of you write your goals and when you're going to finish them. For instance, me and Frankie, we sit down and we have a conversation, and we talk about when we're going to do what we want to do, how many clients I want to have, how many ebooks we want to sell, and we put days and we put months and we put weeks or whatever it might be of when we want to hit those goals, right? And that's it. So the advance from the A to B is going to be not just setting the goals, the 3 to 5 goals that you're writing. If you want to do 5, I would never do more than 5. Mm-hmm. But the difference is now, instead of just writing your goals that I want to finish this in 2025, which is okay to be a goal setter A, but B doesn't do that. B says what I'm going to accomplish, when I'm going to accomplish, and put it down on that. And you still put it somewhere you see, whether it be by your door, on your refrigerator, somewhere you can see every single day. I don't care if you write it down and fucking tape it to your dashboard. Put it in 7 different places. Send it to your friend. But the difference from A to B is just going to be adding on to it, which is going to be the difference from A to B and B to C, right? Now we have B is going to be writing the 3 goals, 3 to 5 goals. The 3 things we need to accomplish and when you're going to finish these, right? And then we'll move on to goal setter C. Goal setter C is advanced. Goal setter C is someone that has been doing this for a very long time, but has not set the bar higher, right? So goal setter C needs to be, not only do we set the 3 to 5 goals, not only do you tell yourself when you're going to accomplish them, right? But now we have things that are non-negotiables,
Okay.
right? And I learned this from Andy Frisella, and I stuck with this. Things that need to be done every single day,
No matter what.
right? No matter what, right? For instance, for me, for when I first started, and I didn't realize I was doing this years ago until I started turning these group Zoom calls into like, a keynote, is that for me was like, I didn't like how my teeth looked. I didn't like that I didn't shower. I started not to shower every day. Like certain things like that became non-negotiables. Now my non-negotiables changed over time, and that's going to happen. Now my non-negotiables are my morning walks, my self-development, my stretchy routine, studying or reading or whatever it might be.
Because that's not second nature to you right now.
That wasn't second nature.
But the showers
to me.
and all that are now.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. You're getting the hang of it. Because now as we progress into these goal settings, you're not skipping stages, right? So now the things that were non-negotiables became a lifestyle. Now I switch them out. I brush my teeth every day. I shower every single day. I think this year the self-development stuff is coming off because they're just normal to me now. Okay. Because now these things that I don't do, I kind of piss me off. I don't do them, so they became lifestyles. But the reason why we're sectioning this off at A, B, and C is because you cannot be someone who doesn't set goals and jump into creating goals when you're going to finish them. And on top of that, non-negotiables, because you skip these journeys, you skip these hurdles, you skip these things, these life lessons you haven't perfected, and you're just going in. You bought boxing gloves and now you're fighting De La Hoya, right? You bought boxing gloves and now you're fighting with that whatever like freaking boxer is, that guy from the influencer guy's a boxer now, right? You bought UFC gloves and you're fighting the whoever holds a title. You bought a freaking used race car and now you think you're a NASCAR driver.
Damn. And
you can't do that in life, because what I shared in our group Zoom call is this. If I was Anthony Lopez, 600 pounds, and you were Modified Frankie, 340 pounds, and we were given everything we have today, the money, the everything that we have, everything comes with it, the brand, we would lose it. And one of my clients nailed it on the head. And we would lose it not because of anything other than our actions did not match our lifestyle. And that's why I'm saying, figure out who you are as a goal setter. Don't jump from 0 to 100. It's okay to start the 2025 at A. It's okay to start 2025 at B. It's okay to start at C. Now, you never want to backtrack, but at the end of the day, it's okay to where you're at, because you're constantly going to progress over time, and you're going to become the B. You're going to become the C. You're going to get out of being A. Maybe because right now you're not an A. You're A minus.
You haven't even
showed up to class yet. You're over here trying to freaking take a test, right? And what you do is we trip and fall, right? When we don't want to do that, and we do that every single year. And this right here is going to be why I had you guys do the 3 things.
I did them also.
And that's why cool. I'm glad you did that. This is why I had you guys write down 3 things that you want to accomplish this year and 3 things that you need to do to accomplish this goal. Right? Because realistically, I'm going to show you this is how we should really look at our goals. Right? So, Frankie, give me like your first one. We're just going for one, right? I'm trying to make this
okay.
Not too long of a
first
podcast.
one is finish high school, because that has been on the goal board for years and I haven't accomplished it.
Cool. What are the 3 things that you need to do in order to accomplish finishing high school this year?
First thing would be prioritize a schedule of at least 2 hours a day.
Okay.
Second thing would be finish 1 class a week.
Okay.
And then also don't allow other projects to steer me away from completing the first 2, because I always let life get in the way. And this, even though it's been a goal, I've always been like, okay, I'll just get to it. I'll get to it.
Okay.
So now it's not compromising my 2 hours a day, no matter what's going on.
Rain or shine.
Right.
So if you didn't prioritize your schooling, and if you didn't work 2 hours a day, Monday through Friday or whatever days you're going to do, and what was your third one? Taking your first one?
Prioritize a schedule.
Oh, yeah.
Finish a class a week, and then no compromising.
Oh, yeah. Much. So you didn't no compromise. You didn't finish a class a week, and you didn't create if you didn't create a schedule, and if you didn't not compromise with that time, and if you didn't finish class a week, what would not happen?
If I didn't do
If you didn't do those things,
I'd be where I'm at right now.
No.
Maybe worse off.
You wouldn't finish high school.
Right.
You wouldn't get your GED. So what's important? Is getting your GED important, or is doing those 3 things the most thing important on that paper?
I have to do these things in order to
Exactly. So then the reason why I have you guys write the things of what you need to do and 3 things you need to accomplish, because you could literally cross out the top one, cross out graduating high school.
Okay.
Just cross it out. Get rid of it. and I'm not just telling Frankie this, I'm telling you too. Get rid of your end goal. Because if Frankie were to do those 3 things, the end goal is inevitable.
I'm still going to get
You're still going to get, I couldn't say inevitable. And whatever that word is, damn it. That word. Don't laugh at me, right?
Dyslexia.
It's there.
Yeah.
You've already done it. If you do those things.
Even if you didn't know what the goal
Even
is.
if I didn't even know what your goal was.
You would tell me you're going to get your high school
You're going
diploma.
to get the high school diploma.
Okay.
So it's not important what you want at your end goal. It's important what you do to get there. Okay. And that's why all 3 of our A, B, and C's need to do our goals this way. Because you're so focused on what you want, but you're not focused on what you need to do to get there.
Right.
I needed to lose 400 pounds to be where I'm at today.
Officially 400 pounds down, by the way.
Officially 400 pounds down. And it would never have got there if I didn't focus on the task at hand, the micro things. Micro?
Yeah.
Micro things. They're equal to macro goals. And we do that. We're so focused on, I need to lose weight. I need to lose 100 pounds. If I lose 10 pounds a week for the shut up. Mm-hmm. We need to write our goals that way. And the reason why this year is going to be different, whether you're the goal setter from A, B, or C, is it this. And this is a new thing I've added with my clients this year and I'm working on. Is that instead of just writing down your goals, instead of writing down your goals not on something you see daily or at least weekly or going over them, B, you're going to go over these things quarterly. You're going to put it in your calendar the first week of every
Progress
3 months.
report,
What, 3, 6, 9, 12? We have 3 months. Every 3 months, how did use my numbers, my fingers, that. You're going to go over them the first week of every single 3 months. And you're going to look at them and you're going to see, what have I done to get these goals done? Did I forget about them? Right? But what I'm saying right now is do it. Write your goals every 3 months on the first Sunday of the third month.
So it's April,
set an alarm.
August, December.
Yeah. Set an alarm and let it go off. Set a reminder. Go over goals 2025. So when that random alarm goes off and you're that person that forgot about the goals, you're like, damn it. I said 3 months ago I was going to start this.
Instead of waiting
to the end of the year. And now you're 3 months. You lost it. But guess what? You have 8 more months left.
9.
Is it 9 more months left to get it together? Because what happens is for the people that are usually not even A yet, is that we write these goals and we forget about them by February.
Not even.
March.
Yeah.
I think it's like February, March we start. That's when gym starts slowing down a little bit,
Well,
right?
the thing is, like, we start strong, right?
Yeah. And then
with anything, we start so strong and then it's like, woo.
But guess what? Not this year. If you take what I just said right now, so let's just quickly recap before we get on to our next podcast, because we actually are heading out to California right now. Mm-hmm. Right? First one is going to be figuring out what kind of goal set you are. There's goal A, there's goal B, there's goal C. Second, we're just reiterating right now, is that what you're going to do is you're not going to lie to yourself. You're going to figure out where you're at and you're going to become that goal setter. If you're at A, that's fine. If you're at B, that's fine. If you're at C, that's amazing too. And then you're going to stick to it. And then you're going to set a reminder in your calendar every single 3 months, 3 months, that first Sunday, and you're going to go over that. And if you sent them all right now, then for the rest of the year, you're going to have reminders going off of the third month. You're like, damn it, I'm supposed to start. Damn,
and it's going to annoy you.
And it's going to annoy you. And that's going to better your chance of winning, especially for those that are forgetful, especially for those that are at A and maybe even B.
That are very,
maybe
very
even
busy.
C, that got a little cocky, right?
Oh, yeah.
Now you have a game plan to win, right? And which goes into our first podcast is, if you haven't listened to it, our first podcast of the series called Why You Haven't Reached Your Goals, is that you have to stay consistent. That's why that was our first conversation, right? Accountability and staying consistent. Because if you're not staying consistent, then you're not reaching goals.
Right.
If you're not game planning to win, you're not reaching goals. But even harder than game planning is staying consistent with that game plan to win.
Yeah.
I could write down how to run a successful business, but if I write it down and don't abide by those rules, then I'm not going to be successful. Okay?
Yeah, so, and the way you put it really does flow together, because you're figuring out why you haven't completed stuff. Really let that shit go, so then where you're at right now, that you're able to really write down like what the goals are and how you're going to get there, because without the first two, you really can't get to the third one.
No. Yeah, you can't. You look it. Stop buying boxing gloves and hop in the ring with a freaking pro fighter, big dog. It ain't going to work. You got knocked out plenty of times. Now just maybe listen to my crazy ass.
Let's take the long way.
Maybe take not even the long way. Let's just take the right way. Right? Like, it's kind of like, it's like the analogy I used.
Which one?
It's for the only people who are going to get this is the people that played Mario Kart, the original Nintendo 64. maybe the people have the new. I'm not sure if they close the thing, but in Mario Kart, there's a race. There's a map where it's all sparkly with the stars. It's a very cool thing, and you could start the race. You hit the boost. You could jump over, and sometimes 1 out of 100, you could land across and cut like damn near the whole map, and you're winning. If you made that jump and you jumped across that glitch and you made it to the track, you're winning. Like you got it.
Really?
Right. Yeah. But it's like 1 out of 100. Okay. Right. And maybe not even that. I don't even know. I mean, I'm not. And then they'll be like, oh, well, I was pro. I put fucking
easy,
pro. I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about the 1%.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that we go for that shortcut, and every single time you did that and try to win that race against your 4 other friends you're playing with, 9 times out of 10, I would say 10 times out of 10 for me. I don't think I think I did it once. Right. You're going to do it. You're going to not make it. And it's going to put you right at that starting line again while your friends already started the race. It's like, that's the analogy that I look at life. It's like, you're going to keep going for that shortcut. But if you would just do the race the right way and understand that it's going to take time and it's going to take skill and it's going to take consistency, you are going to win in life. And the people who played Nintendo 64 Mario Kart just got that analogy. And I just blew your mind. You're welcome.
And this is Modified. You're a millennial.
And you're... That's all right. We look good. Anyways.
This was a good class. I took a lot out of it.
Yeah, thank you. Welcome to my TED Talk. All right. And this is how I coach my clients. So if you're looking for a coach, hey, go and hit me up. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Our next podcast is going to be our last of the series, which is going to take us...
the goal list.
Yeah. Actually, no. Shit.
You want to change it?
I think we have to change that one.
Okay.
We have to change that. I think I just overshot that. What was it supposed to be? What was the third one supposed to be?
What kind of goal setter are you?
Oh, yeah. I talked about both in the same one. That makes sense. Okay. So I got this. We will come up with the last one. I'll figure that right now. I'm going to look over the last couple of conversations we had, and I'm going to think this. So actually, you
fuse these together. This is a 2-in-1.
This was a 2-in-1. Welcome to my life. Well, I figured, you know what though? It's like, who wants to drag on knowledge? Right?
Honestly,
it's like one of those things. Like
really
when it's about to, like right when you're about to get the answer, I'm like, come back for next week for more. Like I don't want to do that. So the next one, this actually, I'm not gonna lie, this possibly might be the last of the goals series. Okay. But I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna warm up some food. I'm gonna think about it, and I'm gonna see if I missed anything. I'm gonna look over I'm gonna watch over a couple of our episodes, and then we'll get back to the drawing board. So if this is the last series, thank you guys for watching, and hopefully this brought a lot of value. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe.
Use this because I knew that on this specific podcast you were gonna be the one talking the most. So I actually really did write down the goals. So I did this. So now I need to actually implement and do the action. So I hope that you took advantage of listening to this and worked on your goals.
Oh yeah. Well, you forgot one thing. You got to write those down somewhere you're going to see them every day. Go buy yourself a whiteboard. All right. Go buy yourself a $10 whiteboard on Amazon. That's
from the dollar bin at Target.
A dollar bin at Target, $4.90 for the $5 or dollar bin.
That was $1 something.
$1. If you can't afford a dollar thing from Target, send me a DM. I'll send you $1. I'll Zelle you $1.
Only if you can't afford.
Yeah, don't be BSing me. If I look at your Instagram and you got a sick ass car,
and if you haven't left no comments, you're not getting squirt.
You're getting nothing from me. Yeah, but a hug. But anyways, get out there and win. I hope you're enjoying this series of goal setting. I hope this is bringing value. And if you really like this and you want us to have more series of on our podcast about stuff like this, then please comment. We'll do our part in bringing knowledge, and you just do your part in liking, sharing, and commenting, and just being vocal and letting us know we're actually bringing value to people listening. It's Modified Life Podcast. Let's get out there and win. And I'll talk to you guys soon.
There's no way that this is real, man. It can't be.